influence Radha's Madana Mahabharat as the transcendental youthful Cupid of Vrindavan. Therefore, Sripad uses the words kimapi for indescribable. Govinda looks endlessly sweet before the maidservant's eye when he enjoys Sri Radha's sweet love in a sweet arbor in Sri Vrindavan. Krishna is called Anandamai, full of bliss. But even he floats in streams of indescribable delight when he is loved by Radhika. And he makes the maidservants and all the practicing devotees that are engaged in hearing and chanting float along with him. The maidservant sees Shyam as blue lotus flower decorating Radhika's shining breasts. After he had sucked the nectar of love out of Mahaprabhu's toe as a small boy, the great poet Karnapura described Sri Hari as the ornament of all the gopis' limbs.
Wow.
All glories to Hari,
Sri Radha.
who is the complete ornamentation of the girls of Vrindavan. Serving as a blue Kubalaya lotus flower that decorates their ears. Eyeliner that beautifies their eyes. And a sapphire necklace that beautifies their breasts. The word Tundila means a person with a big belly. Just as a fat person cannot stand up without the help of others after eating a huge meal, similarly, Krishna has eaten and drunk so much of Radhika's sweet amorous rasa that he cannot get up anymore and remains resting as a big, well-fed blue lotus flower at her shining breasts. Thus ends verse 247. verse 238. That wonderful girl, Radha, who shines beautifully and most brilliantly like the moonlight because of her new meeting with Krishna. The brilliance of whose golden body always increases, who bows her body down out of shyness, but who is also sweetened by pride, who is brilliantly playful, and who is adorned by a beautiful, attractive pearl necklace.
Radha.
Satisfies Achyuta by offering herself to him. That wonderful girl, Sri Radha, who shines beautifully and most brilliantly like the moonlight because of her new meeting with Krishna, the brilliance of whose golden body always increases, who bows her body down out of shyness, but who is also sweetened by pride, who is brilliantly playful, and who is adorned by a beautiful, attractive pearl necklace. Satisfies Achyuta by offering herself to him. Sri Radha's self-surrender. Commentary. Radha and Madhava showed their cleverness during each new meeting. Although they know each other eternally, each meeting is again like the first one. And the maidservant also relish it like that. Shri Radhika now shines like a new moonbeams, and she gives up her natural mood of opposition, Vamyabhav, to adopt a mood of submissiveness, Dakshinya. Her body shines like fresh vermilion today, knowing that she was able to make Krishna happy. Her beauty and sweetness increases at every moment and flows in all directions, making the maidservant's fish-like eyes flow along. Although The mirror of Radha's true love is spotlessly clear. Still, its clarity increases at every moment. There's no end to the increase of my sweetness, which appears in ever new forms before that mirror.
And my sweetness was stopped.
I'm not sure this is. I read again this. Although the mirror of Radha's true love is spotlessly clear, still its clarity increases at every moment. There is no end to the increase of my sweetness, which appears in ever new forms before that mirror.
It's very nice. This passage from Corinthians that we did like about seeing oneself in the mirror. And where all the mirror is dark and dirty, you can't see. She's talking about her heart is a mirror that's pure and becomes only purer.
Although the mirror of Radha's true love is spotlessly clear, still its clarity increases at every moment. There's no end to the increase of my sweetness, which appears in ever new forms before that mirror. So then it's the maidservant talking, you know.
Maidservant talking.
The maidservant's sweetness.
As far as I understand, it's because it's Radha's mirror, and it says which appears in ever new forms before that mirror. Infused ecstasies in the ocean of her supreme love.
What is this? Boldness?
If someone is bold,
How many wants to defeat? Boldness?
bashfulness,
Bashfulness?
Shy. Actually, shy. Bold is the opposite of
That's shy.
shy.
bashfulness occurs during a new meeting, after doing a misdeed.
Bashfulness?
shyness, shame. If she did something wrong, then she's very shy. But
Blushing. Or like, after doing a misdeed, when one is praised or disrespected, or due to a lack of boldness,
Boldness or boldness?
boldness, meaning like not confidence, but like
boldness,
boldness.
with confidence, with confidence, not lack of confidence.
Due to a lack.
Okay, so lack of boldness. But what is this mood, Gurudev, between Radha and Mohan? Is it equal attraction, or is it aggressive on one and passive on other? Do they let it come, or do they go to get the lover?
Simultaneously, you see either they are there. It's not fixed with Mohan. Sometimes Radhika is more active. Sometimes Krishna is bold. She is very bold. And all pastime is different.
How beautiful is Srimati's body when bashfulness, pride, and joy meet in her. How sweet are these three waves of Sanchari Bhav, infused ecstasies in the ocean of her supreme love. Just don't understand, but if it says Sanchari Bhav, is it not, is Sanchari Bhav not this, not fixed or what?
Really, I also want to tell me. Read this. Change your style of reading.
Means?
Word by word.
How sweet are these three waves of Sanchari Bhav.
The Sthai Bhav and the Sanchari Bhav, they go together. They work together.
Sthai Bhav is fixed nature.
Fixed, and then the waves
Such
coming in.
waves, sanchari. Not fixed.
But to have Sanchari Bhav, then there must be first Sthai Bhav. Right?
Sthai Bhav, like a gopi has Sthai Bhav with Krishna, but sanchari Bhav is Radha. And Manjari has a Sthai Bhav with Rasa.
Sthai Bhav because
With Radha, not sanchari Bhav. That's a Sthai Bhav when there is no sanchari. But I don't understand why he's writing Radharani is sanchari Bhav with Krishna. Read.
How sweet are these free waves of Sanchari Bhavs, says infused ecstasies in the ocean of her supreme love. Sri Rupa Goswami teaches Subhagya Rupa Tarunya Guna Sarvotamas Sraya Ishta Labadina Chanya Ilanam Garva Ishyate. Pride occurs over one's own fortune. Beauty, youthfulness, qualities, or the attainment of one's beloved. The maidservant is proud of her Swamini's pride. Therefore, the maidservant calls her Smayena Madura, sweetened by pride. In the text. Shyam Sundar and the maidservants are fascinated with that sweet combination of mellows. Although she is decorated with different ornaments, when she surrenders herself to Achyuta, the text specifically mentions that Srimati is Samuktapala Charu Hara Suruchi, beautified with a lovely, brilliant necklace of great pearls. The Rasika devotees understand the inner meaning of this.
Third cosmos, passion, right? Red means passion.
It says, she perspires while making love with Achyuta, and these sweat drops look like pearls that are strewn all over her body. although Krishna is named Achyuta, the infallible in the text,
infallible,
cannot fail.
he becomes like a beggar at Sri Radhika's door, trying to taste the full sweetness of her amorous cleverness. This can only be caused by her spotless love for him. The garland of Radhika's bodily luster shines brightly with constant sacred passion, like bright moon rays emanating from a beautiful moon. The freshly rising luster in her body, which is filled with modesty and bashfulness, is increasing at every moment. Her bodily ornaments shimmer wonderfully and extend so much beauty. Her slight smile shines. Her heart is full of playful fun. And her breasts are decorated with a beautiful necklace of big pearls. The great poet Saraswati sings, when Hari's reflection falls in that pearl necklace, the limit of beauty is reached. In this way, the jewel of unsubmissive girls plays with the infallible Achyuta. This ends verse 248.
Radha is a music.
In Purva Raga condition, one Saki once personally experienced and described this expertise of hers. Oh, young girl, how blessed is your birth! All people in Raj cry for Krishna. But he's absorbed in your love. As a Chataka bird is in the rain cloud, and the Chakora bird is in the moon. I see a vine holding onto a tree, my mind becomes confused. When Krishna remembers how you spread out your hair and only cover half of your breasts with your veil, he becomes greatly agitated. He tightly holds my hand when he sees you smiling. In a way that reveals your teeth. When your unseen glance enters into his heart, O Saki, and I look again, you have taken him on your lap. Kavi Vidyapati sings, O Sundari, I advise you thus. You are the puppet of his heart, and he is an empty body. Without giving up the male consciousness, one cannot enter into the intimate pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan's cane groves. For that reason, Narada, Shuka, Shiva, and Brahma, who are not only in male devotee consciousness, but who are also worshipping Krishna in a mood of awe and reverence, cannot enter into the supreme secret. For this, one must accept the mood of a gopi, a manjari more specifically. In the commentaries on verses 4, 41, and 73 of this book, it is explained in detail why Narada, Brahma, and Shiva, and Sukadev cannot enter into this supreme secret. In the present age of Kali, though even the most fallen souls can enter in a supreme secret of Manjari Bhav, by the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wow. Sripad writes in his Chaitanya Chandramrita. Something else? Chaitanya Chandramrita.
So also biography.
On the pathways of whose ear had the wonderful words love of Krishna entered. Who had known the glories of the holy name? Who had entered the great sweetness of the forests of Vrindavan? Who had understood Sri Radha, who is filled with the most wonderful sweetness of the nectar of pure love for Krishna? Only Chaitanya Chandra revealed all this. He is most merciful. Most beautiful Sri Radhika, the playful and enchanting queen of the bowers, steals Govinda's heart in the brightly shining cane grove in beautiful Vrindavan. Sri Prabhupada sings, blessed are the maidservants, for they can see intimate pastimes that are not perceived even by Lord Brahma, Shiva, Narada Muni, or Sukha. Thus ends verse 249. Verse 240. How can I become qualified to enter into the festival of the intimate service of Radha and Madhava? Who cannot be perceived even by the goddess of fortune, who cannot be approached by the Lord's friends, nor by Lord Brahma, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, or Swayambhuva Manu, but only by those who accept the mood of the coward girls of Vrindavan. How can I become qualified to enter into the festival of the intimate service of Radha and Madhava? Who cannot be perceived even by the goddess of fortune, who cannot be approached, the Lord's friends, nor by Lord Brahma, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, or Swayambhuva Manu. But only by those who accept the cowherd girls of Vrindavan. The right to enter into a secret festival of service. Commentary. Because reverential devotional service is performed in a mood of respect and awe, it cannot be spontaneous or free from hesitation, and therefore it cannot be full of perfect ananda or bliss. Vraja is the abode of sweetness, where nobody knows Krishna to be the Supreme Lord. Krishna ke Ishvara nahi jane vraj jana.
So Gurudev says, be kind to every rickshaw driver.
Yeah.
The festival arts. Krishna does not accept goddesses or other women. Lakshmi wanted to unite with Krishna in a present body. But she did not worship him as the gopis did. That's verse 240. One more.
Yeah, of course. Of the force. One more word there.
What we don't understand again to do. That we don't understand what is the reason behind it. See, what is missing there? Huh?
That is the question.
To read this again, no?
Yes.
In verse 238. Although the mirror of Radha's true love is spotlessly clear, still its clarity increases at every moment.
Oh, this is very clear that how much close to Radhika, the clarity clear everyone. This is Manjari's. See the mirror. It's good, very clear, but more clarity comes when we are more meditate and be with her, with my mind. It becomes more clear. Huh?
There is no end to the increase of my sweetness.
No clarity. Again,
Although the mirror of Radha's true love is spotlessly clear, still its clarity increases at every moment. There is no end to the increase of my sweetness, which appears in ever new forms before that mirror.
this has to read again.
This is Prabhupada speaking, right?
Yeah.
Manjari.
Yeah. Right? Read again.
There is no end to the increase of my sweetness.
My sweetness, in us sweetness, in Manjari's.
Which appears in ever new forms before that mirror.
We not become so attached or clear, my mirror not become clear. To see that there is some ugly, something is there that I cannot see. Right? Now it will be clear.
Srimati keeps her body very modest during her first love pastimes. because she's shy.
Her every meeting is first meeting. She says first time I see Krishna. So always freshness is there.
Because of purity. Purity is always higher.
Shri Rupa Goswami says, bashfulness occurs during a new meeting.
Bashfulness.
Shy.
I can try to read the Hindi words. It says, Navina Sangamakarya.
Navinam and a new meeting. All meetings she feels that first time. I don't know before this program. All was one first meeting. She don't know. She thinks that this is new meeting. I never meet with Naveen. Naveen is first time meeting. New. There is no old.
And therefore shy, because when we meet someone new, we are shy.
Navina Sangamakarya Stava Vayadina Krita. Adrishtata Bhavet Vrida. Bashfulness occurs during a new meeting after doing a misdeed, when one is praised or disrespected, or due to a lack of boldness. How beautiful is Srimati's body when bashfulness, pride, and joy meet in her.
So these emotions cause the body to be beautiful. The body which itself is made of emotion in spiritual life.
Bashfulness, pride, and joy.
How sweet are these free waves of Sanjari bhavs, meaning infused ecstasies.
This is Sanchari Bhav, new meeting. Again?
How sweet are these free waves of Sanjari bhavs, says infused ecstasies.
Which that you forget. Read that line. 3 waves. What is the 3 waves?
3. F3 or 3?
It's 3 waves. I read it again.
Mm.
How beautiful is Srimati's body when bashfulness, pride, and joy meet in her.
Bashfulness
Shyness.
and pride also at the same time.
Yeah, that's confusing to me. I feel like shyness and proudness.
Yeah. This is Sanjari. Impossible.
Impossible emotion.
Bashfulness means sweetness.
Shy.
Shy. Shy also, proud also. How is it? Sanchari, right? One time you are shy and you are proud also. This is. These are important. Bashfulness, proudness, and
Joy.
joy. And you are happy also. 3 are 3 different moods. I enjoy when you are pride. Bashfulness. So on. So this all 3 Shiva.
How beautiful is Srimati's body when bashfulness, pride, and joy meet in her. How sweet are these 3 waves of Sanjari Bhavs, infused ecstasies in the ocean of her supreme love. Just it's the difference with this is Sanjari Bhav, it's like it's focused on Krishna, but she's having all these emotions.
Right.
And others have different emotions because of different. The Rasika devotees understand the inner meaning of this.
Because in the past you can see everywhere Krishna. By this way you see everything Krishna. She don't want to see so pride. She is looking the past, but Krishna thing is the pride. She is not in pride. Looking like this. When I don't see you, and I see myself, this is the pride. For Jesus.
Although Krishna is named Achyuta, the infallible, in the text, he becomes like a beggar at Sri Radhika's door, trying to taste the full sweetness of her amorous cleverness. This can only be caused by her spotless love for him. The garland of Radhika's bodily luster shines brightly with constant sacred passion, like bright moon rays emanating from a beautiful moon. The freshly rising luster in her body, which is filled with modesty and bashfulness, is increasing at every moment. Her bodily ornaments shimmer wonderfully and extend so much beauty. Her slight smile shines. Her heart is full of playful fun, and her breasts are decorated with a beautiful necklace of big pearls. The great poet Saraswati sings, "When Hari's reflection falls in that pearl necklace, the limit of beauty is reached." In this way, the jewel of unsubmissive girls plays with the infallible Achyuta. This ends the verse 48.
Not very clear.
Yeah.
Difficult, very deep.
Huh?
Very deep.
Thank you. How much?
And now tomorrow we read verse 241.
And how much is that? How many are there? Last one?
277.
Yeah, 272. So it's still like 30 left.
Evening time we are reading Virat Sudhanidhi was also there.
I was not.
Yesterday?
No, I was sleeping in my bed. It was nice.
Hindi and English both.
Are there many on Zoom coming?
Huh?
Are there many on Zoom coming?
And yeah.
It's better for the Europeans.
Can you put the timing because it's evening or something?
It actually says here, Gurudev, that only 65% of the full Bengali commentaries are translated in English.
60.
65% only.
to see.
Yeah.
Bangla is very high.
So you didn't translate everything, yeah.
It's written in Bangla,
Mm.
but it's not clearly come to explain that.
Mm.
And they are reading Hindi is also not completed.
Mm.
It's only complete.
Only in Bangla, but I can understand, but others would not understand. But reading of Bangla is different. Somebody has to read Bangla.